Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello, and welcome to Wednesday. Let me see if I can get our morning song to play this morning. Morning, Annie.
We're all friends around you, just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. Should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day. Isn't it all? So come on, let's play. Forget the rush you're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a good song. Kick back, relax, and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Begin it easy, won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day. And come on, let's play.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. We got a sleepyhead Auntie Jean, but at least you're here. Who else is here? Got a few people. Annie, Auntie Jean, that's all I see that's saying anything. So hello to all of you. And let's go into our hearts. So doing the heart-brain coherence. We breathe in, take a deep breath into your lungs. Relax it out. And add in the love. Add in peace, joy, anything that makes you feel good. And then just take a moment and send that out to the world. Good morning, Kathy Hand. All right, so let's get going because this is prayer day. So I'll be sharing our long prayer list that we have going on. Kathy Caputo. Oh, okay. I just woke up, so I hadn't heard anything about that, Kathy Caputo. She says, just listen to the news. Anyone flying today, please check your flights. There's a system outage and all domestic flights have been suspended. People already in the air say they are safe. Thank you for that, Kathy. Not sure what's going on there, but let's just send up some prayers for whatever is happening. Sally De La Rosa, Tony De La Rosa, good morning, ladies. Suzanne, good morning. So the blog is Never Give Up. And you know me, never give up. Sprite Loriano. Every great story began when someone decided not to give up, but kept on going. Morning, Jesse. When I stood in line to get my qualities for this lifetime, I think I got a double shot of persistence. Some call it stubbornness, some bullheadedness. I choose to call it tenacious, not easily giving up. It has worked to my advantage in some instances, but has been the cause of many disagreements at other times. I think that is why I get along so well with myself. I can thrive when I'm alone, and I am stubborn enough to keep on keeping on when I have a goal. Dear angels, I know that anything can be used for the greater good of all, even stubbornness. Sometimes it is that very tenacity that causes me to research something until the wee hours of the morning. Other times I can be very easygoing. How do our personality traits help or hurt us on our spiritual path? Dear ones, before you came into your current lifetime, you chose certain lessons and experiences that you would be partaking in. You were given tools to help you deal with all of this, and you also have free will, as does every human. Part of those tools are your ability to handle each situation. Tenacity is a great tool when used in balance. Whenever you learn a new tool, you are really just remembering how it feels and how to use it. The main tool you brought with you is love. It will help you in each experience you encounter. Search your heart. All the answers are inside. Dear angels, today I promise to be strong as I move forward, always listening to my heart. All right. Anybody else come in? Oh, Sally, you woke up and heard a blood-curdling scream, female, and sounded like it came from by the river. Oh, goodness. Well, I hope she's okay. I don't know if you've checked into anything, but yeah, that's no fun to wake up to, is it? Oh, thank you, Kathleen. And oh my gosh, did you all see Kathleen Caputo and Auntie Jean Lorio yesterday? They were my co-host on the Peapod podcast. And wow, what a great discussion about faith. Faith and what it means to have faith, what it means to have our faith tested. If you didn't watch or you haven't seen it yet, they were just amazing. You two ladies just really did shine. Thank you so much for being with me on the podcast. And I'm enjoying the heck out of this podcast. I wasn't sure that I was ready to take on something else, but the angels told me to do a podcast and to call it the Peapod. And it's just working so beautifully. So thank you to all who have agreed to be on with me. And like I said, if you want to be in one of those little squares, you just let me know, because we have a group discussion about different topics. And Suzanne, you love the discussion. Me too. I just, Jean said that we picked a difficult one for her, but Jean, you just outdid yourself, our little mountaintop guru. Isabel, good morning. And she said she loved to watch it yesterday. Oh, you're so welcome, Kathleen. Annie said, this morning, Grayson said, Mom, I hope my teacher comes back today. She's sick and we're going to send her healing. Look at that little Grayson go. Oh my gosh, you are such a little delight. You would love it, Sally. All right, let's get you on the schedule, girlfriend, because I'm just really enjoying doing this Peapod. It's quite amazing, I think, with the energy when we come together, and it just flows. The hour flies by, And I hope that you all were, I hope you were able to at least see some of it if you didn't see all of it. I'm the pink Energizer P. It's cold this morning. We had a beautiful day yesterday. Some of that snow did melt. It's like rivers on some of the roads because with all that snow melting, the water now is everywhere, which is good because Colorado needs that. We do not need any wildfires. So there's lots of snow that's when it's melting, things are wet. So I'm really appreciating that out here. Okay, so yes, isn't he a little guru? And Sally said, it's cold here too. I can't decide what I'm wearing. Yeah, I've been layering like crazy out here. And then, like I said, yesterday was beautiful. It was 50 degrees yesterday and the snow was melting. I was out in the area. I took Trooper for a walk. And yeah, I had a dream last night about Trooper. So I got to check on him this morning. He didn't sleep with me. Sometimes he'll come in and sleep in the room that I'm in. Sometimes, nope. He wants to be out in the rest of the house. Good morning, Blue Jean. Thank you for being here. The grid is up. All right. Thank you for that. Well, let's see what Kuan Yin has to say about our discussion this morning. And she says, the creative power. The mind often wants to see and know exactly what is around the corner, but to manifest, we have to give up certainty and embrace the creative process. Choosing to live creatively will bring you more joy and success than any amount of certainty ever could. You know what she's talking about? Faith. To the exact topic that we had yesterday on the Peapod. We're talking about faith, and that's what she's talking about. There's no certainty except on the inside. On the inside, we know, we have that knowingness of who we are and what we are, and that everything is working perfectly, right? That's a faith statement. And I'm so grateful for Marietta because she's taught us so much. And when we say everything is working perfectly, if we really take that on, that energy, and we really believe that, then we know that it is without seeing it yet. There are some circumstances where we don't see it. We see chaos. We see whatever's happening in the air today, whatever's happening with the woman that was screaming in Michigan. But we have to have faith and believe that everything is working perfectly in God's divine plan. And Kathy says, I'm not sure what topic I could contribute to on a podcast. Well, you put your thinking cap on, Kathy. And Sally says, I was just talking to our new girl about being creative. She starts today. Yay, awesome. Oh, that's right. This is your Monday, isn't it? You start your work week back again. So I hope it's a great day for you, Sally. All right, so any wows today? I like to do Wow Wednesday and just share any good stuff. I have to tell you, you guys really rise to the occasion. When I told you that the angel said to do this book, I'm getting very excited about this book. It's a lot of work, you guys. I know it's already written, but I have to go through each blog that was written, and that's 365 blogs, and format them and take out, like on the blog, there's a little blurb at the bottom, so I take all those out. But I am so grateful for Teri Wilderman. She did 30 markups of a book cover for me yesterday, and they're all beautiful. I don't think I have the exact one yet that that I'm going to say, yeah, that's it. I want that. But she's doing really great at getting the idea together. Sherry Myers is helping with some creativity. So, yeah, and I may be doing a photo shoot with Ruth to see if I can get the picture, because I'd love to have a picture of me holding a big telephone. You know, the big telephones, the original telephone that was like, I don't even know how to describe it, the old fashioned one that we all had in our houses. You know, we all had that thing that kids today wouldn't even know what to do with. In fact, there's been some people that have filmed taking one around and asking a kid, you know, what is this and how do you use this thing? And they didn't know. And they asked them, how do you dial 911 on it? And they didn't know. It's like, okay. But that's the, yes, dial tone phone desk style. Exactly. That's what I want in the picture is, and I see Kathleen's vision when she envisioned this, the title of this book. And it's like me making a phone call or answering the phone call that the angels have for me every midnight. So a rotary phone, yes, the one with the dial that you have to put your finger in and turn the number all the way as far as it'll go. Yeah, those are the ones. Good morning, JoY Castrillo. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. Oh, thank you all for coming in. And so anyway, there may be a photo shoot so that I can get one of those phones from wherever I can find one and have that in the picture. Kathleen's having lunch with one of my best friends today. Because of COVID, I haven't seen her in 3 years. You've prayed for her. She was on a vent for 5 weeks and survived beyond all odds. But she had crossed over twice before in her life. She got more lives than a cat. Yeah. I've said that about myself, Kathleen. You know, I don't know how many I've used up just yet, but I still have some life in me. So I'm so glad that your friend does as well. Yeah, doesn't it sound like Zenlightenment is doing wonderful? I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, I figured out your autocorrect, Kathleen. And Joanne said, just got off listening to A Course in Miracles. I missed last night. Well, we missed you, Joanne, but I'm glad that you listened to the replay. Yeah, we've been having a great discussion and a great time with that. And we're up to day 11. Can you believe today is the 11th? 111. That has a special meaning in my life. And so it's a very special spiritual day for me. And I just have a feeling that my friend Bob is around. I think he's here. And I'm not sure what he wants or why he's hanging out. Maybe it's because of the new book. I don't know. But I wanted to share with you, there's not just one book. There's an accompanying book that goes with the main book that has all the blogs in it. That's a book all by itself. But Ruth's suggestion, she's really brilliant, you know, and creative. Her suggestion is to pull a thought from each blog, from what the angels say, 1 or 2 sentences at the most, and make a little accompanying book. It'll be like pocket size, and put all of those sentences, individual sentences, in like a bullet format. So you have a thought that you can just, again, open that little pocketbook and just something will pop off the page at you. So that's also taking time as I go through these blogs, is to see which sentence is popping out, which one wants to be highlighted. So I'm loving that. And it's going to be, like I said, I have a Yogananda meditation book that I've carried with me for over 30 years. This little book is very tattered, and marked, as you can see. But this has been my companion for over 30 years. I've carried the same book, and I open it up sometimes. Let me do that right now. My favorite of all of his writings. Let my soul smile through my heart, and let my heart smile through my eyes, that I may scatter thy rich smiles in sad hearts. So that's the idea with what I'm doing with this new book of mine, is to have this little companion book that's just that, just a thought. And it's already written, it's already there, it's coming from the blogs themselves. So what do you all think? Oh, thank you, Joanne. She said, what a very cool idea for the book. Yeah. And Suzanne says, it's funny you can get ringtones for your phones from those old phones. I know. I love doing that. I love having the old-fashioned ring, because people look at you like, what the heck is that? Right? Kathy, here's a good wow. Bob called Colin because he needed a computer board delivered to him, and he's going to pay Colin for mileage and hours. Perhaps this will jumpstart Colin back into the workforce. That would be great. Hello, Deirdre. Jean said, I really loved my Princess phone years ago. I remember those. Yeah, that was fun. And Suzanne said, great idea. Joanne is thanking everyone for prayers yesterday. My sister Elaine's knee surgery went well. Well, now we're going to pray for her to have a very smooth and quick recovery. Thank you, Joanne. And Kathleen says, oh, that is my favorite too. Thank you, Teri, for reading that. Perfect idea for the book. Yeah, that's my favorite of all the writings, I think, of Yogananda. That one little statement just jumps out at me. And I've had it highlighted in this book for 30 years. So you know that's like imprinted on my heart. Blue says, I think it's a cute idea. It's nice to have something like that in your purse or your car. Yeah, Auntie Jean, I love that idea of a little book. It can ride along with my yogi book. Yes, yes. And Kathy Hand said, podcast ideas for me would probably revolve around my heart chakra strengths, healthcare, mental health, etc. We have a long list of topics, Kathy, and this podcast is going to go all year. So there's going to be 52 chances to discuss something. So I'm sure there will be opportunity. Let's talk about that. And Kathleen, you still have one in your basement, one of the Princess phones. I'm trying to find one of those old-fashioned phones. It doesn't have to be a Princess phone, but try to find one for a prop so that I can have a picture taken with me using it. Isabel says, I love the idea. Awesome. Yeah, I thought that's what you meant, Kathleen. All right. Well, it is Wednesday. It's time to get to our prayers. So if you have anything you want to put on the prayer list or in the grid, it's both. Whoever's on our prayer list is in the grid. Just go ahead and type it in the comments, and I'm going to get to those now. Let me go grab our prayer list. And thank you all for being here. Thank you for the wows. And there's another wow. Wyatt is still doing well. Our little baby Wyatt that we've been praying for is on the mend and doing so good. And Deirdre prayers for all humans, for Gaia, world peace, and attention to human trafficking. Okay, it's going to hide. There it is. All right, so we are praying for all of the peace, for peace, if you're here, or if you're listening, or if you will listen, you too are a P for peace. It just means that that's in your heart, to have peace in our world, to have peace individually in our lives. Your daughter, Jackie, she is on the prayer list, and we will send extra prayers for her today, Suzanne. And Blue says, today is the start of stepping onward into the 4th year of my Reiki grid. We are so grateful to you, Blue Jean, and grateful for that grid that you have up. Thank you. Oh, beautiful. I love that, Deirdre. Oh, that's cute. All right, so we also pray for peace on earth. And Rick, you're at the doctor's. Okay, darling, we're going to pray for you at the doctor's office for a really good experience there. Okay. On our prayer list is Prachetta, Prachir, and Goofy, and I haven't had an update from Prachetta. Goofy was not doing so well when some of his family left him. So let's lift that little guy up. Mina and Neil, Navriti, Jasmine and her daughters and her mom, Abha, Billy and Tim, and especially Brian. We're going to try to get an update on Brian because I think it's getting pretty close to the time when they'll start working with him to get a liver transplant for him. Sheila and Kevin Gooden and their family, Gary, Donnie, David, Kevin, and Holly, Loretta and Cecil, Joanne Castrillo, her husband John, and their family, especially Jackie and Eris, Deirdre and your daughter Danya and Thump, Deirdre's sister Steph and husband Bob, Adriel, Joni, Tia Frenetti, Nancy Sanger, Mickey, Suzanne Millard and her family, her daughters Jillian and Jackie, and her granddaughter Jessa and sister Corina. And Suzanne asked that we especially lift up Jackie today. Marietta and Ed, and good girl Pearl and Mr. Wiggles and their boat Sweet Dreams. Raquel and Claude's family. Leo Harley and family. I need to take DJ off of here. Leo said he is thriving, so I will be adjusting that after the show. But today we're still lifting up DJ Blaze, Lakshmi, Ken, Jebby, Jim and Son, Ryan, Rick and Josie Morrow, and Rick's at the doctor's office right now, so let's pray for him. Tom and Mary, which are Josie's parents, Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim Loriot and their family, Auntie Jean and Ron Loriot and their family. And okay, so she printed this prayer list and it's in her grid. You're in the western part of the States. Christina and Carrie Leftwich and family, Mary Lou Burdick and her family, Catherine and Michael Kovacs, her family and fur babies, Rosalind Good Vibes, Sally and Tony De La Rosa and Rose De La Rosa, Kathy and Bob Hand and their family, Colin and Marlena, Bo and Candy Hand, Michael, Patty, Sonia, Paul and Marlene, Joe and his wife, Pat Moss, her daughter and grandchildren and her sister, Becky LaFave and Travis, Erica Hoppy and her family, Corinne, Charlie Coons and family, especially his brother Raymond and wife Kathy. And there's our Marietta. Thank you, honey. Hope Wellington Marshall and Zena, and Hope's parents Winston and Cynthia, Trey Horn, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Annie Seven, Grayson and Adam, Cassandra and Destiny Ortega, Luz Orsini and the grandchildren and her sister, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick Zimmerman, Jennifer and Michael Langren, Oksana and her mom, Amber, Jenna, Katia, Maximus and his teacher, Herb, Caitlin and Aunt Gail, Isabel and Paul Reese and their daughters, Anesh and Teresa, Beata with skin cancer and her daughter Juliana, Linda and Dick Lemieux and their sons and grandchildren, Linda's friend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh Lord and their children and grandchildren, and her mom, Karen, Mary Lord, Buster, Wayne, Blue Jean and Dave, and the fur babies, all of them. Dolly the horse. We haven't had an update on Dolly. How is Dolly doing? And Chance the horse. Pam Moore, Gordy's family and friends, Lindsay, Aunt Inga, Rose Sermon, Gary McCorkle, Brookie Woodside and her little family, Dylan and baby Maxwell, who's getting closer to Maxwell making his appearance in the world, the Girardis, Jeanette and Ernie, Sean, Angel Fullerton, Lillianne in Norway and her family, Kathleen Caputo, baby Wyatt doing awesome, and his mom, Mandy. And thank you for that picture of Wyatt with his mom. It was good to put a face to his mom, Mandy. We've been praying for her as well. Baby Haven, Kat, Steve, Candy and Pastor Bruce, the Deerfield Valley in Vermont, Captain Corey, the Pirates. Just love my Captain Corey. If y'all haven't met him yet, go to YouTube and look up Cracking the Box, and you'll find who Captain Corey is. Jennifer, good morning. And Jean says there are photos of Dolly in the chat from yesterday. She is good. Awesome. Alba, Dottie and Don, Grace Isis, and all of her family over in Kenya. Raymond. Oh, Wyatt's mom is Katie. Thank you. Thank you. I need to correct that then on my list. Thank you, Kathleen. Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Karen Palmer and her family, Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Elena, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine, Tammy Fisk and her daughter and her sister Tracy, and little CJ, Lori, Kelly, Rochelle Martinez and her mom Rose, Stephen, Catherine, Ruth Anderson and her family, and praying also for Ruth's husband. She did let it be known publicly, so we can put that on our prayers now that her husband went through a cancer experience and had chemo and radiation, and he's doing well. So thank you for lifting him in prayer. And let's please remember her sister-in-law, Sharon, and Diana with stage 4 cancer that's really needing a lot of our prayers right now. Jeannie and her sister Merle. Al did make his transition last week, so Jeannie is learning now just a different way of living. You know, they've been married a long, long time, over 40 years, and so now she's learning what it's like to be on her own. So please lift our Jeannie up high. The area of Boulder, Colorado, Deb Goldberg and her family, Michelle, Crystal and Dean Nobles and her family, Laura Hill, Julia Osborne, Sharon Ria and her family, Sherry Gatewood and Padama, Anaya Hummingbird, Tammy Hill and her family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Teri Wilderman and her father. I haven't had an update on her father. He's in Florida, but I'll find out because I'm talking to Teri every day. Mary Crincoli and her friends in Florida, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Camilla and Nick in Australia, Lynn Andriozzi, Frank, Albie, Viola, Kenneth, Bobby, Mansi, Kamal, Maddie, Akil and the Pakistan orphans, Yuri, Scott, Letitia, Mary, Joshua, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Tom Dite, Kimberly, Ellen, Susie Koff, and Richard. And let's pray for Richard. He's out of work at the moment. So let's lift him up for whatever that job is, the perfect job that's going to find him. And Annie says, thank you all for praying for Grayson and myself He will most likely need the thing in his eye removed, and we'll let you know. Yeah. Okay. Where was I? Teri Gilstad, the Walters family, Chiara, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Marianne Peach and family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Lenny, Rick Ulfick, still waiting for that heart transplant, John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney and her family, Bob Simon and Sherry Otis, Sharon Boyle and Zoe, Carol Fisher, Jay Rothman and Mary, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Brookie's Aunt Jeannie, Shelley, Sue and grandchildren, Carrie's niece Laura, Maggie's mom, Freddie, Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Robert Dosa, Miles and Sarah, Debbie Carol Hawks, Carl, Brutus the dog, Augie the dog, and if y'all have an update on any of these, please let me know. Chris Blake, Dante, Jerry, Kaylee, Trevor Jordan, Richard Weber, Charlotte Abrahams, Michelle Landers. Let's lift her up high. Michelle got COVID. She's quarantined herself. She's at her daughter's house. And let's just lift her and her family up. And Michelle's doing a little better, but she still has some physical stuff that's going on that she needs to recover from. And Blue, thank you for adding California and all of those that are getting the heavy rains and the flooding. And I was just saying earlier, the snow here is starting to melt, and some of the streets are really looking flooded from all the water runoff now. Joanne McCann New, Whitney, Jude Dalton, Karen Gibbons and daughter, Matt, Noel and his housemate. And I think you had mentioned that Noel may be going into assisted living. Jean, can you give us an update on him? James Schultz family, Julie Kiss and her mom, Cynthia, Courtney, Lucinda, Ryan, M, Pat, Sophia, Aaron Parker, Angelica Campamans, Sunny and Hunter Floor, Peggy, Claire, Carrie Klingon Butcher and her mom, her family who just lost her mom, and lifting them up high. Pat O'Connor, Zoe Charles, Erica Fagels, Yolanda, Sylvie Barnes, Robin Waters Dykes and her mom Jewel and her daughter Sarah, Joanne and Leo, Sam, Matt, Charles and Nita, Yusha, Nancy Berdelsky, EC, Shelley Newman and Terry Newman, Iris, Jen and Norm, Keith, Joe H, Ollie the cat, Marisol Soto, Deborah, Tyler, Chad Ehlers, Dick Waters, Milton Carbajal, Tiffany Ingalls' her family, her father just passed. So yes, let's lift him up in spirit. Sharon, Tomas Diaz, Cameron, Boris Zoffman, Jacqueline Carbajal, and David Reiger, Alan and Alicia, those are Michelle's children, Solvie Barnes, Odd Barnes, Gunn Ellen Sundahl, Vita Hammond, Maria Mitchinson, Higman Simpson, Reverend Saba, and I think, Kathleen, you told me Reverend Saba is doing well. And Suzanne, you said Sam is doing well. So I'll take those two off the list afterward. Lisa Jo Davis, Jordan, Lydia, Benedita, Matt, Angeli Bahaz, Juliet Herman, Paula Graca, David Brett, whose father just passed, the Rowland family, Colleen, Dylan Hickson, and Peter, which is C. Megan Michael's brother, who had a stroke, and she let us know that he did pass. So let's pray for their family in that loss. Okay. Blue said Noel was thinking about it and he's okay, planning for the future. Yay. No, I don't have a boat in here. Well, there may be one out in her garage. Her garage is pretty packed, so there might be a boat out there that I can use as a flotation device. All right, so that's our prayer list. Anyone that you want to add to it, just put it in the comments. And Suzanne says, please keep Sam on the list. He has cancer and has 5 to 10 months left, according to the doctor. Thank you for that update, Suzanne, and certainly will keep our Sam on that list. All right, let's go into our hearts and say this prayer with me if you wish. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. So we've lifted up all of these names and any that you all have in your heart that you haven't shared with us, for you, your family, your neighborhoods, our countries. And let's just see them all covered in beautiful white light. Let's see our Creator answering each one for the best and highest good of all, and giving gratitude for that. Gratitude to our divinity, gratitude to the angels who are always here with us, helping in whatever capacity they need to be here for. So take a moment right now, just hold that in your heart, just giving gratitude for every name on our list, giving gratitude for healings, gratitude for improvements, and gratitude for just this mission that we have right here. This is a mission. This is a service that we all do together as a family. Thank you to each and every one of you that lifts someone up today. And let's keep doing that every day. Lift somebody. Even if you don't think there's anything wrong, you know, sometimes people are going through something and they don't let us know that there's anything going on in their life. So if somebody comes to your mind, just lift them up. And we are doing that gratitude face. So I hope a lot of you are participating, even though you're not sharing it out on social media or letting all of us know. Just lift somebody. Tell them you're grateful for them. That is a way to show love in the world. So right now, on the count of 3, 2, 1, we say, thank you. I love you. And let's give that love away to each other. And let's give it to ourselves also. That self-love, self-care. We have to have that. So go into your hearts and feel that for yourself. And tell yourself, you matter. You're important. And I love you. Have you said I love you to yourself today? Go look at yourself in the mirror. And don't worry about how you look. Don't worry about any flaws that you see or whatever wrinkles might be there. Just look into your eyes, look deep into your soul and say, I love you. I just love you. And what a difference that's going to make in your day if you do that. All right, I am going to go find us our Leos. I didn't see him on this morning, but let's see what Robin came in. Hi, Robin. We can remove Sarah. She's doing well. The doctor gave her the okay to lift light weight. I'm so glad that her recovery is going well, Robin. Thank you for that update. All right, so let me find our Leo. And we're going to get out of here and have ourselves a beautiful Wednesday, aren't we?
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day.
Hi, Nicole Harris.
Here we go. Come on, come on. Come on, let's play. It's a beautiful
Rochelle.
day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part part of it. One on the peace for peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Cup full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today is a new day, we are part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. There really is no secret. We simply accept, align, allow. AAA, morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup of joy. Cup of joy.
Ooh, thank you, Leo. And thank you, Jean. We have Dancy Pants going on with little Pocky today. I love you all so much. Stay in your hearts. Stay blessed. I'll be back on in about an hour. I'll be with Dr. Ruth Anderson for our Wednesday meditation excavation. So I'll see you all later. I love you and namaste, y'all. Bye, everyone.